Hey guys, Gabe's Garage here. I wanted to show you something pretty cool today. I got my engine block back from the machine shop, and some things that they told me that I didn't even notice it because it was so greasy and stuff. Let me show you some pictures. And so this is part of it, right? Here's the block. I got it back. Initially, I have these teared apart because a valve spring broke, which I thought was gonna be a simple fix, but one of the cylinders, if I'm not wrong, this one had a really ugly watermark in it. So I take it to the shop and tell them I wanted to bore it over, hone it first and then bore it over, but they say, you know, that's not gonna come off with a honing. We're gonna have to bore it over. Initially they wanted to go 30 over. This is the actual LS1, it's not a iron block. So I did not want it to be 30 over. I wanted to be 10 over because that's what the measurements say on Pro Demand. But even then they didn't want it to do 10 over. They say that, look, that's not gonna be enough to clear that up. And they were trying really to push me over to go 30 over. I did not want it to, so I tell them, look, let's go 20 over, and if the mark doesn't go away, then it is what it is. I'll take my chances. But they went 20 over, and as you can see, all the marks are completely gone. They're bore, honed. I put new cam bearings in it, line honed it, and everything was pretty good until they called me and they told me, hey, we just noticed that the thread repair you wanted to do, because when I took the heads off, this one right here was kind of loose, which I was under the impression that the thread itself was maybe stripped, right? I didn't pay much attention. Whatever, just took it to the shop and they told me, hey, you know what, your block is cracked. And I was like, oh, I didn't like that. So I took a lot of pictures, I talked to a lot of my friends, and I did some searching, which a lot of people told me it's not worth fixing. Just throw the block away and get another 5.3, which I did not want it to do because I think I could have fixed it, right? And if I think I can fix it, I'm gonna try to fix it, even if I fail. So here is this, right? I took it to my friend's shop and they welded the block. So what they did is they take that piece out and you're not gonna be able to see under there, but they pretty much fill it up with aluminum. And it might not be pretty, but I think it's gonna work, right? So the same with the other side. I think it's this one, the one that they filled over. The other side is also another one that it was, the thread's still good, but it has a little line crack in it. So I was like, you know what, the one that I more interested in fixing is this side, because that's the one that was loose, okay? And you cannot torque the head if the thread is messed up like that. But they went ahead and weld the other side too, and I think that is done for that part, right? Here's an interesting thing. I thought that these blocks came with a metal insert already in it, but as you can see, this is the factory piece that came out, and it is totally what do you call it, just part of the aluminum. There's no insert in it, so the thread is already made into the block itself. Now I could have done that. I can just go and retap it, but I didn't feel like doing that because it's less, I don't know, it's not gonna be as strong as if you put a Time-Sert in it. So This kit is not cheap. This is a Time-Sert kit that I just got yesterday, but this is the right tool for the job. And what we are going to do today is we're going to drill it, and we're gonna put a new Time-Sert in it on both of them, and we're gonna try to repair it, see what happens. Alright, so here's the tricky part. Once you get the first measurement, you're gonna use the drill bushing to mark where you want the next mark to stop. Okay, so we want to find a plate. We're gonna use the drill bushing and the drill pin. We're gonna find the biggest hole on the drill plate. We're gonna put that on the hole that we're trying to repair, which is gonna be this one, and the pin pretty much gonna sit in it. Once we get it in place, then we're gonna get the bolts provided in there, and we are going to tighten these down. Once you do that, you can remove the pin. You leave that in there. I'm gonna go ahead and cover these water jackets before I start cleaning up, because I don't want those metal particles to go in there. So I'm just gonna put some tape over it. Should be good. Now I want to go ahead and start drilling. I'm gonna have to do this a few times to clean up the hole after you do it. So we are going to do the same with the tab. It's gonna be the next step. You're gonna measure it with the drill bushing in it, mark it. If you don't have one of these, you can just mark it with a Sharpie or any mark tape or something, but I feel like this is more safe because you'll be making it stop right there. For this part, they do recommend you to run some WD-40 on it. So we're gonna do that. There they are. And for tapping it, they don't recommend you to do it with a drill. They recommend you to do it by hand. I don't have my tap tool here, it's back at work, but an adjustable wrench will do just fine. Once you get to the bushing, you want to come back, clean it up, and run it again until the top is really smooth. See, like right now, it's not as smooth as I want it to be. I'm gonna have to use the wrench again. And that's what you want. You want to be able to run your tap with your fingers all the way down, all the way out. We're getting close to be done here. Okay, so you cannot see that well, but that's where the insert is going to go. That's our last step. That's what we just tapped right there. So this is the last step, guys. We want to mark our driver same way we mark all the other ones. We want to put some oil on our driver. Okay. Let me clean my fingers real quick. Now we want to grab from our inserts. I want to grab one of them and be careful because there is a top and a bottom. So you want to insert the top of it first. I'm going to put a driver in it. Now they provide us with Loctite. You want to put Loctite on the bottom of the outside of the insert. Okay. Once we do that, we're gonna insert our insert until we reach our mark. And it's gonna get tight. That's normal, that's fine. You're just gonna want to go until you reach your mark right there. Okay. Once you reach there, then we can take out our driver. The driver will come out, insert will stay in place, and that's it. Alright guys, so we're done for today. The insert is done. I think the repair is gonna be fine. I cannot put the heads back on and test everything, torque it to specs yet because I don't have all the parts to put the whole block and everything back together. I still have to buy pistons and bearings and everything pretty much. But this kit is not cheap. It's close to $600, but you can get it used. That's what I did. I went on Facebook Market and I found somebody that bought one, use it, and sell it for half a price. I only paid $300 for it, and I think I'm probably gonna do the same. I'm gonna use it like I just did, and I'm gonna sell it back. However, I bought a cheap kit on Amazon, and the tab and the drill and everything was too short. I had to return it. It did not work. But this one, it came with some clear instructions. It's almost pretty much bulletproof. Anybody can do this, and super easy. It comes with everything you need, and you can repair it. Yes, absolutely. There was a piece that I was talking to you about it. This is what comes out on my block, okay? What I did is I took it to a welding shop and I tell them, hey, all I want is for you to take that piece out and just fill it up with weld. And that's what I did. I drill it back up, put a new insert. I think it's gonna be fine. We'll find out. I hope this helped you out, and I know for a fact it helped me out, so I hope it helped you out and save you some money. So that's it for today. I hope you liked the video, and I'll see you around.